Well, greetings, everyone. How are you doing this day? I hope that you are feeling blessed and inspired, uplifted. And regardless of whatever the emotions are that you're feeling right now, know that you've come to the right place. Let's just let's just take a breath. Yes, I'm Rev D, Reverend Deborah Johnson. Welcome to Inner Light Ministries, to our weekly gathering where we just come here to remember. We come here to remind ourselves of the truth of our being. And most importantly, we come here just to be our real, authentic selves. Isn't that wonderful? You don't have to dress it up. You don't have to pretend. Nobody's judging you. There's not some place in particular that you're supposed to be. Life is the journey, it's not the destination. And when we travel together, we find that it's so much richer and it's so much sweeter. So we appreciate this opportunity to travel the path with you. If this is your very first time ever with us, I say an extra special welcome to you. Whether it's your first time or whether you've been with us for decades, we're knowing right now that this is where you are supposed to be, that this is it. So as we take a breath, we just prepare our consciousness. We open up, we yield, we surrender. There's something that's trying to come forth here. There's something that's going to uplift us. There's something that's going to open our eye. There's something that's going to deepen our connection to the divine. There's something that's going to lift us up to more transcendent awareness. And whatever that is, we just say yes. And I invite you to just say that word with me now a couple of times. Just yes, yes, yes. I'm going to share with you Inner Light's purpose statement. This is a reminder of what it is that brings us all together. I'm sure parts of this are going to be resonating with you. It says Inner Light is an open, diverse, inclusive community of individuals and organizations dedicated to spiritual transformation. We provide tools for activating higher possibilities by applying universal spiritual principles to all circumstances. Our aim is personal and global healing through the omni-faith energy of love and the revealing of our own inner light. Promoting life's sacred interconnectedness, we embody spiritual oneness, appreciate individualized expressions, and honor all paths that lead to spiritual truth, justice, and ecological regeneration. Just breathe that in. Yeah, it's this reminder. And that purpose statement isn't just about like us as an organization and what we're about. This is the stuff of living. This is the stuff of our life. These are the things that we dare to be. To be. These are the things that we aspire to express in their fullest because it's already who we are. Just breathe that in. So it says that we offer these tools. And there's all kinds of tools. But one of the tools that we engage in every single week here, besides things like prayer and the renewing of our minds, we do affirmative activations. These are phrases. They help to recalibrate us. It's not the words themselves, but the energy that's back behind the words. They help us dislodge from those places where we're stuck. They help us to see things with new eyes. Today, we're going to be talking about a new heart. And it's very apropos for us being in December, if you're looking at this in real time, where we are in that holiday season time, mid-December. And these affirmative activations, they are 100 words. You see them here now to get you introduced to them, but they're magic. The mojo in it, so to speak, is when they are repeated. So they will be on our website. You'll be able to find them on our YouTube channel. If you want to look at this as an archive, you might want to take a screenshot of it if you're on your computer, or even grab your phone and take a photo of it. But you want to come back to it. You want to come back to it to reinforce it. And if you are all able to, I invite you to say our affirmative activations along with me now as they appear on your screen. Spirit is never divided against itself. Where any of it is, all of it is. The fullness of spirit is always wherever I am. I bask in this awareness and radiate in its love light. The question always before me is, will I be whole? My answer, yes, never wavers. I embrace the totality of my being into an integrated wholeness. I gather up all aspects of myself and show them love and appreciation. No more at odds with or judging myself. I am open to new revelations and healings. I see with new eyes. I love with a new heart. Just soak that in for a moment. Just take it all in its entirety. And notice if there's anything that's really, really resonating with you. You're just like, oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe it's, I'm open to new revelations and healings. Maybe it's the question always before me is, will I be whole? My answer, yes, never wavers. Just notice. Notice if there's anything that's maybe challenging you a little bit. You got to think about it, be with it a little bit. Maybe like those first couple of lines. Spirit is never divided against itself. Where any of it is, all of it is. The fullness of spirit is always wherever I am. It's like maybe call you up a little bit. Or no more at odds with or judging myself. To notice. And when you come back, what I invite you to do is spend a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra attention. Those things that are really calling you and calling to you, and those things that are calling you up might make you stretch a little bit or rethink something. This is just to get you interested, to perk your interest here. But the medicine is when you come back and repeat it. Yeah, so let's take a breath. You know, another one of those tools that really I encourage everybody to utilize, music. Music just cuts to the chase. Music just penetrates straight to the soul. And we're going to listen to a classic now. I don't even have to tell you the name because you'll recognize it right away. And it's kind of done like We Are the World style, where all of these are Broadway stars, actors and people on the stage who just have an incredible amount of heart and energy. And I invite you to sing along with them, as well.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb.
There are oceans and rivers
Enough to cross, enough to last,
till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow.
There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine.
Oh, listen, Lord,
If you wanna know,
if you wanna know.
what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
No, not just for some.
But for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
What
the world needs
Take a breath. I find that rendition so incredibly moving and touching. I trust that you did too. I think the name of that version is Broadway Does Orlando, I think, but if you look it up, you'll be able to find that. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. There's an irony in that. And the irony is that the love isn't missing. It's not absent. We're just not expressing it. The world is love. God, the universe is love. Love isn't just an emotion. Okay? Love is a soul force. It unifies. It is the unifying factor of the universe. Okay? We live in a universe. We don't live in a biverse, a diverse, a triverse, a multiverse. We live in a universe. There's just one essence, one power, one life, one energy field. They're not different energy fields that are busy creating things. It all comes from the same. It comes from the same. The only thing that ever needs to be healed is just the sense of separation. It is a faulty notion that we are separate from one another. Everything that we can conceive of as being a spiritual quality of the universe, that's what you are. Just let that sink in for a moment. That's what you are. We are made in the image and the likeness of the only thing that is. That's what you are. The health, the wholeness, the strength, the power, the beauty, the joy, the creativity, the courage, the fortitude, the resilience, the knowingness, the awareness, the clarity, the transcendence. This is the stuff that you're made of. It would be like if there was a periodic table of elements for the spiritual world. You know, in the natural world, there's only so many elements, and everything is just different combinations of it. So like to get water, you have to have hydrogen and oxygen, and it's the combination of those two that are making the water. So it's like it's all here. It's just combinations. Hence, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It only changes form. It just changes form. All of the stuff that'll ever be here is already here. We're just discovering new ways of being able to do it. We're just discovering new ways to have energy, new ways for it to be clean, new ways to be able to make things happen. You know, and sometimes I tend to be a little old school and have a little bit of challenge getting in with all the new technologies. I've been on the road for a couple of weeks now. I'm actually in the Interlight office at this moment in our conference room. And I've been on the road since Thanksgiving. And here's the thing, is that in Los Angeles, the driverless cars, I think they call them Waymos, are very popular. Okay. And, you know, it just kind of freaks me out just a little bit when I'm on the freeway and I'm next to a car and I can't see anybody. like in the car. Okay. But here's the thing is that the technologies that it's using, it's like the stuff is already here. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. It only changes form. It only changes form. So when we say that we're missing something or there's too little of it, it really isn't so much that it's not there. Okay. Like we can say, well, we don't have enough power. Like from an electrical standpoint, and all this AI stuff is taking up enormous amounts of power. It's at the way we've been going about it, fossil fuels or whatever. Maybe that's not the way to go, but there's always a way to tap into more of it. This love thing, it's who you are. You are it. It's so important because particularly at times like now, it's easy to look out and go, what the heck? What we're snatching immigrants and citizens, off the street and locking them up and throwing away the key or shipping them off. We're bombing ships in the ocean and we don't even know who they are. I mean, you can just go on and on and on with all of the things that seem like they're so doomsday and devastating. And I'm not saying that they are not really dire. What I'm saying is that they don't have the last word. That's not the only thing that's going on. So when we allow the outer world to eclipse us, okay, so that we can't see anything except for the news. We can't see anything except for the dire things that are going on. No, take those blinders off. Take those blinders off. Make it a point to feed yourself with some good news. You might have to look for it. Like I literally search for it. I search for the good news. And then I get amazed at all of the inventions that are going on, at the things that the young folks are doing, the ways that technologies are being used to help us, and to bless us. There's a forward motion. Okay. Life goes not backward, nor does it tarry with yesterday. So all of these efforts and tearing things down and trying to take us back social politically is not going to work. You can't put the toothpaste back into the tube. That's not going to happen. The genie's not going back in the bottle. Not happening. You may not like all this diversity stuff. You may not like all that, but it's too late. It's too late. Okay. Women are not going back into the kitchen. The LGBTQ folks, they're not going back into the closet. Black folk ain't going back to the cotton fields. Not happening. Not happening. Because there's this inner something that pulls us up and out. This inner something speaks of possibility. This inner something says, no matter how much you've been separated from, no matter how much has been kept from you, no matter how much you've kept from yourself, no matter what your mama did and your daddy did, or your mama didn't do, or your daddy didn't do, there's you, and you are connected to the superpower. You are connected to the only power. And any moment in time that you decide, I am more than this, any moment in time that you decide, I want to be the best that I can possibly be, any moment in time that you decide, I want to love more. I want to love more. I want to be connected more. I want to be connected to my own self. The moment you get tired of picking at yourself and pulling at yourself, The moment that you give yourself a chance to just let yourself be, when that's something within you that says, I want to just be, that's actually love. That's actually love calling you. It takes a new heart. It takes a new heart. It takes a willingness to empty the storage bins. Literally. There's a cleansing that has to take place. There's a purging that has to take place. And we have to allow that to happen. We don't even have to dig in there and like do all the excavating. We just have to stop clinging. It feels like the traumas are following us around. Nothing's following you around. You're recreating it. Your constant obsession with it. You're thinking about it. You are remembering it every time you remember, every time you think, actually. There is a synapses that happens in the brain. There's a connectivity that happens. The more you think about it, the more you remember, the stronger that connectivity happens. Okay. Then those neurons create a whole network. So when we say there's not enough love, it isn't that there really isn't enough love. It's the synapses aren't synapsing. It's that the love isn't getting enough of our attention. We're not prioritizing it. We're not bringing it to the forefront. We're not living it. We're not activating it. We're not allowing it to have the final say in our lives. It'll be like, wow, the sun's really shining. But they say a storm's coming. The sun's really shining. Yeah, but now there's going to be some streaks on the window. It's like something that then tears it down as opposed to just being in it. So what does it take? What does it take to have this new heart? It takes a willingness. It takes a willingness. It's like, is it all right for you to be all right? And I mean that seriously. Is it all right for you to be all right? Is that okay with you? The things that we see that are happening to other people, they can't be happening to other people unless you're doing it with yourself. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're judgmental about other people, you are judgmental about yourself. You don't cut your own self slack. Okay? If you are rigid, I don't care if you're in the government or if you're just a parent, if you're a partner, if you don't have any tolerance, you don't have any grace, there's no ability for people to mess up or to explore, to make mistakes, you're holding your own self to that. You don't let your own self make mistakes. You beat your own self up when you're off. So this new heart is going to take the willingness to embrace you. Embrace you. Will you love you? Just soak that in for a moment. Will you love you? I think you're a wonderful person to love. Your life is filled with purpose. You have a reason for being here. You have talents. You have skills. You have gifts. There is a way that you are uniquely you. You are a one of a kind. Never been anybody like you before. You have ways that you can touch people. All of your life experience, even the things that you don't like or that you're embarrassed or that you are ashamed of, they are part of you and your unique ministry. And when you give up the judgment about it, the guilt, the shame, the denial, and you're willing to live in an integrated state. See, that root word of integrate is the word integer, which is whole. Like the counting numbers, the integers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No fractions, no fragments. To live in an integrated state is not just to mix things up. It's to live in the state of wholeness. That's why it says in the affirmations that we just did, that the only question that we ever have to answer is, will we be whole? That's the only question Jesus would ever ask anybody about healing. He'd never ask, well, how did you get here? What's your heredity? Like, what are your habits? How many times has this happened to you before? What did you do to get yourself here? No, just, will you be whole? This whole is the unified, the integrated, the connected. Are you willing to be at one with your health, with your prosperity, with your compassion, with your creativity, with your judgment, with your opportunities? Are you willing to not feel separate from that? That's the will you be whole. Will you pull all of you together? And that's when we live in integrity. Okay? Integrity is not just about morality. Integrity is that state of the integration. Whenever we say that something lacks integrity, that's what we're saying. It's across purposes. When something lacks integrity, it's split. It's not whole. It's like it's doing this, or it isn't doing this when it says that it's doing this, that all of it isn't quite coming together and moving in the same direction as it should. So we want to live in a place of spiritual integrity. Spiritual integrity, that's where the new heart comes from. That's where the capacity comes from. It's just the willingness. Take a breath. This time of year is so tricky. It's the big and. It's when there's the most talk of joy and peace and people getting together and parties and decorations and food and festivities, all that stuff. It's the peak of that. But you know what it also is the peak of? It's the peak of the loneliness. It's the peak of the depression, the sense of guilt and remorse, the estrangement, the people that once were in your life that aren't there anymore for whatever reason. Distance, death, divorce, disease, like whatever that is. This is a really challenging time. We do this kind of like space travel. I don't know how else to really describe it, where there's a lot of reminiscing that goes on. And this can particularly happen around family, where you can go from being 45 years old to 5 in like 6 seconds flat, just with something that somebody says. Okay, like old hurts, pains, griefs, all that stuff can be sitting there. It's not a hallmark moment for everybody. And it's the end. It's a statistical fact, just like with the seasons when the leaves fall. More people transition out. More people leave the planet in the late fall and in the winter. So like October, like Halloween to Valentine's Day, that stretch, wow. And especially even around the holidays. I know both my parents passed away in my dad in December, my mom in January, and even like grandparents and their siblings. It's just that time of the year. Okay, so just be aware of it, breathe it through, but don't let any of that be an excuse for not moving forward. See, you feel the guilt, you feel the shame, you feel the regret, you feel it, but just keep breathing and not holding on to it. Listen to what I'm saying. We're holding on to it. It's not a holding on to us. The mistakes are not holding on to us. They've happened. They've gone. We're holding on to them. Okay. Things don't have to shift. Things don't have to change. Nobody has to rise up from the grave and apologize. You don't need to see folks again. You don't need to do all that. Just be willing. That's all. Make a bold declaration that I am what I am. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. See, we are healed by the omni-faith energy of love. Love can't be patented. It's omni-faith. It's all faith. It's beyond faith. It's not about religion. You're already it. We already are the love. There's just too little of expressing it. There's just too little of showing it. There's too little of standing in it. There's too little of knowing it. So we have an opportunity now just to see people, just see them. It's like, what do you see when you look at them? What do you see? Do you see promise? Do you see potential? There's a lot of charity. There's a lot of gift giving and all that right now. And if you're doing charitable work, don't just give to people because you think that they're needy. Yes, they may have needs. They may be in need, but don't see them. Their identity be that. Here are good people, solid people, people who are your equal, who at this moment in time need a little hand up. Not just a hand out, but a hand up. And that any giving that you're doing be an affirmation of their equality. Let your giving be an affirmation of their dignity. Even if you are giving money to somebody like literally at the stoplight or on the street, not just because you pity them, you put you up here and they're down here. I see you. I see you. God loves you. Your life has meaning and purpose. I don't care what condition you're in. I don't care how many drugs. I don't care how much violence, or it doesn't matter. And here's the thing. When you're willing to live that integrated life, when you are willing to take all of you, the good, the bad, and so-called ugly, and just embrace it. Don't deny it. Don't run away from it. Don't name it bad. The divine, the alchemy of the universe wastes nothing. Everything is just transformed. Bring all of you to the altar of the divine. All of it. If you've been incarcerated, battered, abused, molested, if you've been an addict, whatever that is, you've been ill, you've been sick, you've been estranged, whatever it is that's gone on, just bring it to the table of your life. Bring it to the altar of the divine. Say, here, use it. And you know what? All of that gets transformed into a blessing. There's a way it'll open up your eyes to more compassion. There's a way it'll put you in the position to give that word of encouragement that could only come from someone who's been in that same situation. A level of empathy that you have. There's a way that all of that will give you strength and resilience. Because if you make it through that, you got some strength, okay? And that strength is what buoys you up. And that alchemy process of the transformation, we get to know our God a little better at deeper levels, at more transcendent levels. All you got to do is want it. You don't have to know how it's going to happen, where it's going to come from. Just want it. You hear me say all the time, we're busy trying to solve problems on the supply side. Like, where's it going to come from? You know, where are the resources? Like how all that is going to happen, and God, give me more and give me more. No. Problems get healed on the demand side. The demand side. So I'm talking about decreasing the demand for separation. Okay. By increasing the demand for oneness. You can't just decrease the demand for separation. It's like you can't go in and get rid of darkness out of the room. The only thing that you can do is turn on the light. And that light will dissipate the darkness. And remember, the darker the room is, the greater the illumination that happens from the smallest amount of light. If the room is really dark and you light a candle, you light a match, you can see. That's how it is in your life. The darker it appears to be, the greater the impact of a little bit of light. We tend to think it's the opposite. Oh, it's so dark. What's this little bitty candle going to do? Oh, there's so much hate. What is this little itty bitty love going to do? Oh, there's so much chaos and confusion. What's this little bit of clarity going to do? What's this little bit of joy? What's this little bit of happiness going to be? It'll take over. Like that mustard seed faith, that little bitty seed of the mustard. It'll gobble up the whole garden. It'll take over everything. You just have to be willing. Just willing. I have a demand for more wholeness. I have a demand for more peace. I have a demand for more joy. I have a demand for more goodness. Not because I'm unsatisfied, but because there's always more. It isn't like we're just unsatisfied with music and art. There's just more. It's not like we're just unsatisfied with science. There's just more. There's just the evolutionary more. And say yes to that. Yes, I'm willing to be the more that I am called to be. I'm not going to let the past put the ceiling on my future. I'm not going to just keep repeating everything that's been repeated before, because life has next. Your new heart is part of the next. It's part of the next. Take a breath. We have such an opportunity all the time. And I just want, I'm just trying to encourage you. I can't put the love there in your heart because you already are it. I can't give you mine. I can't sell you some. It's already in you. It's just a question of, will you? Will you? Will you let it be? Will you let yourself be? Will you experience the joy, the goodness, the togetherness that's waiting for you? I hope you do. Let's take a breath. Let's turn within. Oh, how great thou art. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto us. We give thanks in this moment. We give thanks for the goodness. We give thanks for the grace, the unmerited favor. Unmerited, because it's not earned by merit. You can't earn it. We are it. I give thanks in this moment for the loving embrace of the divine, for sharing your co-creative powers with us. Thank you to the Holy Spirit for always being there in the midnight hour. Not a spot where you're not, because we're living and moving and having our being in you. We're not inviting you into our circumstances. Everything is happening on the stage of the divine. never divided against itself. So we recognize in this moment the fullness right where we are. We have the audacity to claim it as alive, as awake, as activated in our very lives up to its highest and greatest potential. So let it rain. Let it reign supreme. Let the throne of our life be love, crowning in all of its glory. We call it forth in this moment. We already are it. We call it all forth. The one mind, that one presence, hears all prayers, answers all prayers. I don't care what corner of the globe. There's not a spot where God is not. We say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being the manna from heaven. Thank you for being the daily bread. Not just a little ration, but enough for our needs from day to day. Thank you. Thank you for divine order, for right action. Thank you for healing of the body temple. Thank you for peace, for reconciliation, for safety. Thank you for sufficiency, enough food and water and clothing and shelter and safety. Everything that the human being needs in order to not just survive, but to truly thrive. Thank you for education, for opportunity, sustenance, creativity. Thank you for sound mind, clean heart. We breathe that in. We lend in this moment everything about us. Our hands, our arms, our feet, our legs, our eyes, our ears, our mouth, everything about us. You say, Holy Spirit, use it. Use it for your glory. Use it to uplift, to protect, and knowing that we are blessed in the process. Oh, it's good. It's really, really good. We're praying community here. If there's a matter that's on your heart, personal, social, political, whatever it is, you see the numbers scrolling across your screen. Reach out to our prayer ministry. We have prayer practitioners who have studied literally for years to be that anchor. Don't leave with a heavy heart. The telephone number is 831-465-9090 at extension 254. You can send us an email, the number 4 and the word prayer at innerlightministries.com. There are prayer practitioners who will be there. Take another breath. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So as we just breathe this in, we breathe it in. We allow it to find a resting place. resting place in our souls. And, I'm realizing something that we didn't get out there in our news. Um, when we had our center, we would always have a big candle lighting, uh, Christmas caroling on Christmas Eve. And that was just something that we would do. And a cleansing burning bowl ceremony at New Year's Eve. And we would get information out to you about those. So be sure to, uh, check us out, online, social media, your newsletters. We'll make sure that you get some links to some of these wonderful opportunities. Let's take a breath. Let's just keep right on breathing. Remember the food bank. We are at Santa Cruz Bible these days. It's farmers market style. It's all free. You can pick it up for yourself. You can pick some up for other people. It's some really tough times now economically, and people just afraid just to go out, because of ICE or whatever, or they've got mobility issues. So please make sure that nobody is going hungry. It's not a supply problem, it's a distribution problem. We have the food. Okay, let's not let it rot in warehouses or just not get distributed. So let's take a breath. Let's take another breath. This is our time of conscious giving. This is our time when we open up wide and just allow that Thanksgiving to pour through us. And no matter what our circumstances are, we've all been really blessed. And this is our way to be able to say thank you, to pay it forward, to be a great giver in life. And we know that the gifts return to us. It's not a one-way street. And Inner Light is an independent spiritual community. We are literally able to survive and do the things that we do because of the contributions of people like yourself, people who hear the message, who resonate with the message, people who want to empower the message to get out even further. You'll see on your screen that there are a number of ways in which you can make that contribution. You can use your mobile device and activate the QR code that's there. When you do, you have an opportunity to use PayPal or any debit credit card. You can also use any debit credit card with the text to give, and that's 831-231-0065. And almost all of these have a recurring option. We encourage you to consider that. Then you don't have to think about it. It's done. Some of you do full-on tithes, or pledges. And I thank you for your continuous support. There's Zelle and Venmo, accounting at innerlightministries.com for both of those. There's Cash App that's there. If you're on our website, there's a donate button right there. You can go there. And if you want to mail in, and those of you who are giving little extra holiday gift, know that everything is tax deductible, and we truly, truly appreciate it. The mail in is P.O. Box 1029, in SoCal, California, 95073. No parcels at that address, though. If you have a parcel, be sure to contact the office. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your giving. We bless these gifts and these tithes. We're knowing that they are coming from the one true source, resourcing themselves in, through, and as the work that we do. We know that our every act produces abundance. We dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. We release our gift knowing it returns to us 1,000-fold. And so it is. Yes, your generosity returns to you. So we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us. If you're looking at us on social media, come to our website, come back to those affirmations. Again, have safe travels. If you're traveling, wherever your plans may take you, you have an extraordinary opportunity to make a difference right where you are. If you dare to take this consciousness and multiply it. See you next time.